Hi everyone, I'm Mrs McKenna and I'm one of the Deputy Head Teachers at Clyde Valley High School. You join me today in our Assembly Hall, which is where I am going to begin our virtual tour of the Clyde Valley campus, where I'm going to walk you around. I am going to let you see our building. I'm going to let you see Clyde Valley High School, which is part of the Clyde Valley campus, in addition to Orchard Primary School, Orchard Nursery and Orchard LCSE. And I'm going to talk to you about our staff and the staff who are here to support you at Clyde Valley. I'm going to talk to you about a typical day in the life of a Clyde Valley High School pupil. And I'm going to tell you a wee bit about what you can expect from different subjects around the school. What I would like you to do is to listen, be curious, listen out for interesting facts or little pieces of information, because at the end of all of this I'm going to put together a quiz for you so we can find out exactly what you have learned about Clyde Valley High School through this virtual tour. So, I'm just going to get you to come with me. I'm just going to let you see the Assembly Hall. It is a beautiful space. We share our Assembly Hall with Orchard Primary School and Orchard LCSE. And we have assemblies here. You will have assembly here once a week. In first year, I will take you for assembly as Deputy Head Teacher in charge of S1, 2 and 3. So I do all of those assemblies. And Mr Lanigan, who is my colleague and one of the other deputies in the school, leads assemblies for S4, 5 and 6. And I think it's fair to say, and I don't think Mr Lanigan would mind if I said that he and I both really enjoy an assembly. It's our opportunity to connect with you, to praise you, to tell you how well things are going, to look at areas that we want to improve on and develop, and just basically it's our opportunity to communicate the school message to you. So assemblies are really important times, and I really do look forward to them. They're actually my favourite time in the week, I have to say, when I get to do my S1, 2 and 3 assemblies. So basically, I can't wait until August and the first morning when we all return to school, and your first morning at Clyde Valley High School, when you will all be, all 180 something of you, 87 of you, will be together in this assembly hall for the first time, and I get to address you all together as a group. So we will all be in here together come August. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I've brought you all out to the front of the building. I've brought you all outside because this is where your day begins, and this is the first view you're very likely to see of our school, of our campus, every morning. So the vast majority of you will be dropped off a bit further up this hill here at the bus bays, because about 2/3 of Clyde Valley pupils arrive to school by bus, and if you're not on a bus, then you will be dropped off by a parent or carer at the drop-off zone here, or you may be one of our pupils who walk to school. But whatever way, everybody ends up coming into the building down this main path here, staff and pupils alike, and everybody, when they see the building, remarks upon what an impressive building it is. It really is. It's a lovely building, but also on the size of it. People say, my goodness, that's a huge school. Well, what we always have to remember is this isn't a school, this is a campus, and there are 4 establishments that share this building, and Clyde Valley High School is one of those. So down we come towards the front door here. You'll all come in through these front doors. When you get off your bus, when you get out of your car, when you kind of end your journey by foot to school. And everyone's day at Clyde Valley High School, begins the same way. And everyone at Clyde Valley High School, when they arrive at school, is greeted by the same member of staff, and that is our head teacher, Mr. Quayle. So Mr. Quayle stands here at this very spot every single morning, and he says good morning to all pupils and to all staff who come in through this front door. He asks how people are, and he's just basically around to welcome everyone in our school community first thing in the morning. So here we are in through the front doors, and you enter straight into what is known as the social area, and you just filter in to this area here, which is the kind of central atrium area of the school. And as you can see, it's light and bright and airy and just generally very pleasant to be in, I have to say. And first thing in the morning, all of the pupils make their way into this main area and mill around, stand around in groups, maybe sit at some of the tables, and along this wall of windows here, all of these tables are usually flattened out, so all of our pupils kind of sit round and wait for the first bell to ring at 5 to 9 in the morning. This is the servery area, which is unfortunately not open just now, but personally I eat from our school canteen twice a day at interval, which is what we call playtime, and at lunchtime, and the food is healthy and nutritious and delicious, and there's a great selection of hot food and of pasta pots and sandwiches and fresh fruit and delicious baking. So I would encourage you to eat from the school canteen if you can, or you can bring in a packed lunch as well. I've taken you out the back of the school building here just to let you see that we have lots of outside space. We've got some nice picnic tables here which you can sit at if the weather's fine, if you want to eat outside, if you've bought something appropriate from the canteen. So here we are, we're back in the building, and it's at this point that I'm going to answer a question which I know some of you would really like the opportunity to ask, and that is whether or not you are allowed out at lunchtime. And the answer to that is no. Not in first year. In first year, we like you to stay with us. We like you to stay safe and supervised. You can buy your lunch from the canteen, as I've just described, or you can bring a packed lunch in. You can remain in the social area. You can go outside, out the back door if it's fine, or even better, you can go along to one of the very many clubs that we have on offer in departments around the school, and we have clubs that cater to every taste and every interest that you may have. So we have science club, we have film club, we have any number of things that are always going on in the music department, be it shows or Christmas concerts. The PE department has a huge selection of clubs going on every lunchtime. So basically, you will stay in school throughout first year, and we will do our very best to encourage you to make the most of the opportunities that we provide at that time, because that's what we believe is the best thing for you. Okay, so just having another wee look round here, we have a wee bit of Clyde Valley history up on the wall. These are the boards for the Dux medalists and the Proxima Crescit. And these are the young people who did the best in what we call the prelim exams, which is the exam diet in 5th year, which takes place just before Christmas time, round about Christmas time. So the young people who did best in these are awarded with a Dux medal if they came first overall in all of their exams, or Proxima Crescit if they came second. And then right in the middle here we have our captain's board, and these boards were brought from the old campus. They were brought from the old Clyde Valley campus, the old Clyde Valley High School. So they are a wee bit of school history. And Mr. Cross, who is another one of the deputy head teachers and has been here for a long time, we'll put it that way, is able to tell you about every young person who is named on all of these boards. He's able to tell you what they were like at school and what they went on to do and who their brothers and sisters or cousins were, which subjects they really enjoyed, what pastimes or activities they engaged in. And he's able to do that about all of our former pupils. It's not just the pupils who are up here on this board that he's able to give us lots of information about. So that's really useful to me as a relative newcomer to the school to get all that sort of insight and history. So you have arrived in school by bus, or you've been dropped off, or you've walked here. You have entered through the front door after having been welcomed by Mr. Quayle, our head teacher. You have made your way into the social area, and you have probably said good morning to one of the other deputy head teachers or all of the other deputy head teachers. So you'll certainly find Mr. Glover, one of the deputies, in the social area first thing in the morning, and then he's joined by myself, Mr. Lanigan and Mr. Cross, as well as Mr. Quayle. So we will all be in that social area before the bell rings at 5 to 9. And at 5 to 9 the bell rings for period 1. And what you see at 5 to 9 when that bell rings is once you join us, anywhere between about 750 to 800 pupils, all dispersing to different areas of the school because everyone has a different period 1 class. So in secondary school, your day is divided up into periods. A period lasts 50 minutes. We have 7 periods a day on our longer days, which are Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. And our shorter days are Wednesday and Friday, which are 6 periods. So first thing in the morning, we have 2 periods before interval, which is what we call playtime. Interval lasts for 15 minutes, and then you do another 2 periods, another 2 50-minute classes. And then you have lunchtime between 12:30 and 1:15. And from 1:15, you may have 3 classes before the end of the day, or on our shorter days, Wednesdays and Fridays, you will have 2 classes before the end of the day. And every period in first year is a different class, it's a different teacher, it's a different classroom, it's a different subject. So you will be moving around this building all day. And that is very different to what you've been used to in primary school. And before people come to secondary school, people worry that they will not be able to find their way around the building, which I want to say to you right now, you are absolutely not to worry about. I promise you that you will find your way around this building without too much bother at all. And the reason I can assure you of that is because I do not have a great sense of direction. I am relatively new, and I found my way around this building really very quickly. It's a sympathetic building. It's a good building to get to know quickly. So please don't worry about that. And also, beyond that, when you first arrive with us, we will give your class guides. So you will have guides from our lovely second year pupils. We'll sort of choose pupils who will be attached to your class. They will usually belong to the same house as you. And I should explain a wee bit about the house system. So we currently, at the moment, in May, we have 2 houses, Holdsworth and Curran. I am the head of Holdsworth House, so I am responsible for all of the pupils in our school, S1 to S6 in Holdsworth, and Mr. Lanigan, who I mentioned earlier, is the head of Curran House, and he is responsible for all pupils S1 to S6 in Curran. And usually what we would do for guides is choose pupils who belong to the same house group as you. So you get to know people, or you get to know older pupils in your house. Every house has has two principal teachers of pupil support attached to them. So for Holdsworth, we have Miss Ferry, and Miss Ferry is in charge of the H1 and the H3 classes, Holdsworth 1, Holdsworth 3. And Mr. Ferry is in charge of Holdsworth 2 and Holdsworth 4. So we are the Holdsworth team. So there's me, there's Mr. Ferry, and there's Miss Ferry. And in Curran, we have Miss Brown, who is in charge of Curran 1 and Curran 3, so C1, C3 classes. And we have Mr. Somerville, who is in charge of the C2 and the C4 classes, so Curran 2 and Curran 4. So the Curran team is Mr. Lanigan, Miss Brown, and Mr. Somerville. And everybody can be found in various areas of the school, because in addition to being principal teachers of pupil support, they are all class teachers of subjects. So as I walk around the school, I'm going to tell you where you will be able to find all of these people in their departments, and also where you will be able to report to if you require any sort of support. If you've got anything going on where you need to find an adult and you want to chat, I'll talk to you about that as well.